Obviously, exciting news the other day seeing Mattias Ekholm skating with the team. I think
Yeah.
they obviously Knobloch said a little bit as the Vegas series ended, he could come back, but still a surprise, I would think. Like, what percentage chance do you see him coming back? Like early in this series, let's say the first 3 games, and then whenever he does come back, like what would you do?
I think, you know what, just from listening to him talk yesterday, and he kind of was very careful not to say something. He's been in that before where he's come back and he doesn't really want to say a lot, but he's a pretty honest guy. He doesn't really sugarcoat a whole lot. You love that about Matthias. But I'm thinking game 3 is the target. If it was before that or after that, I understand, depending on what happens as far as the skates go up until that point. But I think he's the kind of player, though, guys, that there's certain players that when they come back into the lineup or they're ready to play in the lineup, you got to work your way back in. You're not just an automatic going in the lineup. Mattias Ekholm is an automatic. Mattias Ekholm is an automatic coming back into the lineup. It'd be no different if one of the top forwards coming back into the mix off an injury. You're going to inject him into the lineup as soon as possible. As soon as he is ready to go, he's going to play. So that's what I believe is going to happen. And the likelihood of that happening, I believe, is higher than 90% in the first 3 games. You're going to see him. I just think, the way he's been skating, the way he's been moving around. I had conversations with Mattias during the season this year talking about his off-season training. As he's gotten older, he says he's done less and less on the ice. He said he does his off-ice stuff. He knows exactly what he needs to do at his home in Sweden. He says he's in a rural part there where he trains in the summertime. And he says, listen, I know what I have to do to have myself ready when I get on the ice. Yeah, I feel a little rusty. Yeah, the hands don't feel as soft as maybe they should be, but I know I can work my way through exhibition and get myself ready. This is a guy that's been around the block a few times. This is a guy that understands what he has to do to be successful when he's on the ice. And I think he's a guy that'll step in, and I don't think he's going to have a lot of growing pains stepping into the lineup. I think he plays a simple, hard game. He uses his size well. The key component will be for him to feel healthy and his mobility. If he's healthy and he's mobile, he's good to go.
I think the one concern for me, and listen, having this stance blew up in my face because I was nervous about what they were going to get out of Evander Kane coming back early in the playoffs after his extremely long absence. I'd be a little worried about, okay, Ekholm, you're right back with Bouchard and get ready, buddy. 24 minutes, your first game back. Like, could you maybe see them going with like an 11-7 approach, much like what Dallas did with Heiskanen?
Absolutely. That, for sure. Sorry, I never touched on that. I know that was the follow-up question, Liam. Sorry, but I know that they've gone 11-7 before. You've got 6 really solid defensemen that are playing right now and done a great job. Emberson as well. So you've got 7 guys that have been in the mix and have played. And good on them. Every single guy that's gone in there has done a job and done a job well. So it would be totally not out of the realm of possibility to go 7-11. To go 7-11 to get a guy like him back in the lineup. But again, I do feel that if he is healthy and he's ready to go and he's had some hard skates before he gets back in the lineup, which he's going to ratchet this up every single day now, you could also just put him right back in the lineup. I think you could trust that he's going to go in there. And if he doesn't, if for some reason he does go down and can't complete the game, the other 5 guys that are in the lineup are going to be totally capable of finishing a game and then making adjustments after that. They've done it before when he came back and was injured a couple times. So, you know what? It'll just depend on what happens in the first couple of games, I think. The game and the series is going to dictate a lot that happens here with Chris Knobloch. Line combinations, if he shuffles things up. He's always had an eye and an ear for that. Like when things need to be changed, he's not afraid to change it. Not afraid to load up the big guys when he thinks they really need a push. But I think the more he can keep them separated, the more depth they can have down their lineup. It's done so well for them in the first 2 rounds. Why would you change it?
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.